Receiving upside, speed, power. In Dynasty Fantasy Football, everyone is searching for that 3-down running back skill set, and Sean Tucker has it. He's not a perfect prospect, but I think he's being severely underrated. Let's get into the film and I'll show you why. The first thing you notice watching Sean Tucker is that he's extremely explosive. He reportedly ran a 4.3 40-yard dash as a track star in high school, which would be an elite time for a running back. He's put on a tremendous amount of weight since high school, so it's possible he's slowed down, but it sure doesn't seem like it on film. This play against NC State is designed to go to the right, but Tucker's running lane is completely clogged up. He sees green grass in the opposite direction of his blocking, and in one smooth motion, he completely flips his hips and explodes to the other side. He creates this touchdown purely with his athleticism. Here, he gets to the outside with ease, leaving the defensive end diving at where he thought Tucker would be. Diving defenders usually means elite acceleration because it means they thought they had a beat on him, but he got up to speed much quicker than they expected and forced a bad angle. This is all over Tucker's film. Once Tucker turns the corner and gets downhill, every defender chasing him looks like they're running in slow motion. One thing I love about Sean Tucker is that he's an extremely decisive runner. He's patient enough to let his blocking develop, but as soon as there's a hole to hit, he hits it hard. Check out this play from 2021 against Clemson. Tucker begins to stretch the run to the outside, but after only a few steps, he notices a cutback lane up the middle. He hits it hard and explodes through the hole. No hesitation or wasted motion. Two defenders are left diving at the air, and he breaks off a huge run. His elite acceleration complements his decisive north-south running style perfectly. Here's another example, this time against Liberty. In this instance, he has to stretch the run all the way to the outside before the cutback lane opens up. And it's not a big running lane at all, but he sees it, he gets upfield in the blink of an eye. Next thing you know, he's 10 yards downfield running a dude over. And speaking of running dudes over, this is something Sean Tucker does fairly often. Like I mentioned earlier, Tucker is built like a truck. He's short with a low center of gravity, and he's got an extremely strong base. His legs look like tree trunks. When you're stronger than a lot of the guys trying to tackle you, and you're running with a lower pad level, that's going to lead to a lot of broken tackles. Just look at this play versus Louisville. It's 3rd and 2, and he gets stood up by a defender after just a yard. But Tucker has the lower pad level and the stronger legs. He drives the defender back an extra 4 yards and puts him on his back before other defenders have to rally to help make the tackle. He consistently ran through arm tackles in every single game I studied. If he wasn't wrapped up, the defender had no chance. Here's another play later in the same drive in the Louisville game. Syracuse is now in the red zone and Tucker is running to his left. He sees a cutback lane open up to his right and he hits it hard, but he isn't able to get through untouched. In fact, 2 guys get an arm on him, but he has the strength and balance to blow through both like they aren't even there. Touchdown.
Now you may be wondering where I got my All-22 film. For those that don't know, All-22 is this zoomed out coach's tape where you can see the whole play for all 22 players on the field. The guy you're scouting never goes off screen. This is huge for scouting rookies and it can be really hard to come by. But look no further. The DynastyNerds.com film room has hundreds of games of All-22 film, and we cut out every second that you don't need so you can watch a full game in under 10 minutes and see all the strengths and weaknesses, not just the highlights. Sign up today at DynastyNerds.com and use the promo code COOP for 15% off. Now let's get back into it.
As great as Tucker looks as a runner, we know how important it is for running backs to be able to catch passes these days. NFL teams covet it, and the vast majority of Dynasty Fantasy Football leagues are full PPR. The good news is that Sean Tucker has an incredible receiving profile. His 15.8% career college target share is elite. That's in the 95th percentile. In my film study, I did not see many examples of him splitting out wide or in the slot to run wide receiver routes. However, as far as traditional running back routes out of the backfield, I saw a full route tree with examples of angle routes, wheel routes, out routes, screens, you name it. Here's one nice route he ran against Virginia. Tucker lines up in the backfield, and he's matched up one-on-one against the linebacker. He runs a crisp angle route, the defender is left stumbling, and Tucker picks up a big first down on 3rd and 4. Later in the same game, Tucker runs a nice wheel route and makes a very natural adjustment to a ball thrown to his back shoulder. He shows natural hands, good body control. Overall, Tucker has excellent ball skills for a running back. Like most running backs, when Tucker does catch the ball, he's dangerous after the catch. All the explosiveness and power that I highlighted earlier are on full display. Check out this play against Louisville. He catches a tunnel screen and makes the first man miss. He's off to the races. He looks absolutely shot out of a cannon on this play, and he burns the defense so bad that he has time to do the bye-bye wave at the end of it. The last play I'll show here is one of my favorites. This is against Wake Forest in 2021, and Syracuse is down 7 with 28 seconds left. They've got about 30 yards to go, and this is not a situation where you want to be dumping it off to your running back in the middle of the field. That's exactly what they end up having to do. If Tucker gets tackled inbounds, it leaves his team in a really bad spot, but all his strengths come to the table at once. He's decisive, gets straight north-south, no nonsense. He's explosive, getting up to speed quickly and nearly making it to the end zone untouched. But at the last second, he gets absolutely blasted by a defender about 2 yards shy of the end zone. And somehow he shrugs off that contact like it's nothing and waltzes right in. Plays like this one show that Tucker is not just an average guy who compiled stats purely on volume. He's a difference maker who can put the team on his back and make big, game-changing plays when they need it most. That doesn't mean he's a perfect player. So let's talk about some of his weaknesses. First, he doesn't have great elusiveness in the open field. In some ways, his strengths work against him here. He actually has pretty respectable short area quickness at the line of scrimmage. But once he gets up to speed, he doesn't do a great job being in control of his speed, and he doesn't show much wiggle at all. On this play against NC State, Tucker stretches it to the outside, he finds the cutback lane, hits it hard, but this time after 5 yards, there's a defender in his path. He tries a little sidestep move, but he's already going too fast to cut effectively, and it's a pretty easy tackle for the defense. It's still a 10-yard gain, but in a one-on-one situation, you would hope that Tucker could make a man miss and turn that 10-yarder into a much bigger play. Here against Liberty, he catches a screen pass, and again, if he makes the first guy miss, he could have had a huge play. He tries the same little sidestep maneuver, and again, it isn't very effective at all. Another major area for development for Sean Tucker is his pass protection. There are numerous reps on tape where he does a poor job in this area, and frankly, not that many good reps to balance it out. Sometimes he seems to lack awareness of where he should be. Other times his technique is poor and he either drops a shoulder or tries to dive at the defender's legs instead of squaring up. Lots of college running backs struggle with this, but if he doesn't improve in this area, it could keep him off the field in obvious passing situations. This would obviously limit his pass catching upside and affect his overall fantasy value. Sean Tucker has some elite traits and 3-down upside at the next level. He's shown he has the size and durability to hold up to an every down role. He has a unique blend of explosiveness, pass catching, and bruising in between the tackles that could make him an extremely valuable fantasy asset. I think he's been a bit overlooked due to his 3-star pedigree and having played at Syracuse. People are down on him right now, and there's lots of speculation that he may not get day 2 draft capital that we're expecting and hoping for. If and when that happens, I'll adjust my ranks accordingly, but I believe he's going to be one of the biggest risers at the Combine, which will lead him to eventually getting that draft capital that we hope for. And if he gets it, I'm all in. So thanks for watching. Check out this playlist for more rookie breakdowns, and I'll see you there.